to part 2 in my comparisons of in my testing of the OM-5 and the 12-45 f4 Pro lens, doing a side-by-side comparisons of my basically daily drive, which is the EM1 MK3. Now both of them are two mirrorless systems from OMSYSTEM'S and Olympus. The OM-5 is an advanced mirrorless class camera, and the EM1 is classed as a pro mirrorless camera. So the OM-5 was introduced late last year, around about October time, where the EM1 MK3 was launched in February 2020. So the EM1 MK3 is 2 years older than the EM5, so let's see what the age difference and how the technology advances have gone on. So the OM5, the key specs are, it's got a 20 megapixel micro four thirds CMOS sensor with an ISO range from 200 to 25-600 and expands to 64. It's got sensor shift image stabilization, 7.5 stops with selected lenses, with the also embodied in the camera in the lens IS as well. It's got a 3-inch fully articulated screen with a 2,360,000,000 dot electronic viewfinder. It shoots 10 frames a second mechanically and 30 frames electronically, continuous shooting. You can shoot it 4K resolution and also shoots in 120 frames a second high speed video. It's got built-in wireless, and the weight is 414 grams. It's weather sealed to IP53 rated, and it's to replace the EM5 MK3. Now I've never tested the Olympus EM5 MK3, so I can't actually give you my thoughts on that, but going off a couple of the reviews that I've seen online and stuff like that, body wise there doesn't look to be any difference at all. So to the specs of the EM1, it was announced in February of 2020. Same 20 megapixel micro four thirds CMOS sensor, ISO range ISO from 200 to 25,600, expands down to 64. It's got sensor shift image stabilization, again 7.5 stops with the 3-inch fully articulated screen. It's got the same 2.36 million viewfinder. It shoots 15 frames a second mechanically and up to 60 frames a second electronically, continuous shooting. Also shoots at 4K, and the weight is 580 grams. Again, it's weather sealed, it hasn't got a full IPX rating, and it was to replace the EM1 MK2. Again, I had never tested the EM1 MK2. The viewfinder magnification is on the EM1, so the first numbers to read out is the EM1 MK3, and the second lot will be for the new OM-5. So the view magnification is 0.74 times versus 0.6. Continuous shooting is 60 frames a second on the EM1 MK3 versus 30 frames on the OM-5. Battery life, now I set this with a grain of salt because I've got a ton more. The EM1 MK3 says the battery gets around about 420 shots. I've done a day where I went to Chester 2 and I've got 1200 shots. Same down Sankey Valley again, I came away with 1500 and still had about 30% left on the battery. It's saying around about 310 shots on the OM-5. Again, the other day in part 1 I did take around about 500 pictures and came on with half a battery, so they're the baseline shots, but you do get a lot more. On the EM1 you do have a headphone port, on the OM-5 you don't. Flash sync port on the EM1, it doesn't have it on the OM-5. The built-in live ND feature, which you use quite a lot, and it is a fantastic feature. On the EM1 MK3 you've got 5 stops and 4 stops on the OM-5. On the storage slot situations, both set the UHS2, and on the EM1 you have 2 slots, one which is a USH2, and the other second slot is for UHS1. On the OM-5 it's only got 1 slot, so that could be a deal breaker for some. But if you've got it as a second camera, it's, you know, it's not really that big of a deal. USB on 3.1 on the OM1 and USB 2.0 on the OM-5. Both have wireless connection, both have live composite modes, both can use Bluetooth connection, both have the sensor shift 7.5 stops, image stabilization, both have again fully articulated screen. On the top they've both got an external flash shoe, both a touch screen, both electronic viewfinders, and both can shoot in RAW. Both uses face detect focus. Max resolution is 20 megapixels. The LCD screen on the EM1 MK3 is 1,040,000 dots versus 1,037,000 dots. You really can't tell the difference, if I'm totally honest. They both have a microphone port, both are weather sealed. You can do time-lapse recording, you can do auto exposure bracketing, and with the LCD it is self-ev vlogger friendly. Both use pixel shift high resolution, so you can do handheld high-res shots at 50 megapixel, and on a tripod you can get 80 megapixels. Both do focus bracketing, focus stacking, and both can connect to a smartphone. Both have the capability of being used as a webcam, so you use the USB into your laptop or your PC and you can use it as a webcam. Both also have anti-flicker. So down to the weight, like I said, there is a big difference. There's 166 grams in weight difference compared to the EM1. Is a lot heavier than the OM-5. The OM-5 is incredibly light and pairs really well with the 12 to 45, 12 to 40, and all the other smaller pro lenses. I did use it the other day with the 100 to 400. Now, what I would suggest if you are putting a longer lens on is that you always use older lens, don't use the camera body. I don't think the connection will be able to handle it because it's so front heavy, obviously because of the lightweightness of it. So going to the lens selection, again, both cameras have a wide variety, can use every single lens and have a total of around about 120 lenses to choose from. Another important factor is the availability of image stabilization. Like I said, both of them have sensor-based image stabilization, which means that all lenses will be stabilized in those bodies, and with those with the lens IS sync can get up to 7.5 stops. I will be recording all video today will be shot on the OM-5, and some shots will be with the new Samsung S23 Ultra. I didn't charge me DJI up last night. I forgot to switch the plug on, so it's another way that I can test the S23 Ultra while waiting. So like I said, I'm back down at Sankey Valley again. My little lad's coming, we're feeding the ducks and that, so I thought it'd be a good way of testing the video capabilities. Go down to the Kingfish again, see if we can catch it. But like I said, all the video shots I'll put on the screen when it's the S23 Ultra or it's the OM-5, just so we know. So on that note, I'm going to crack on and I'll talk to you in a bit. Cheers. Spence, tell the people what you're doing.
I am videoing the walk to the Kingfisher and then having a walk.
And are you going to are you feeding the ducks? Yeah. Are you videoing as well?
Yeah.
Are you going to be a photographer videoer like Dada?
Yeah.
Yeah. We do it together, don't we, mate? Morning. So we're here now at the Kingfisher Pond where it usually is. Second time in a week, still not seen it. Like I said, it's over 12 months since I last seen it. Little lad's here, he's got his camera, his binoculars as well. So he's having a go, see what he can get, as you can hear him. So yeah, the capabilities, video capabilities is, I can't see any difference from the EM1 MK3. It's basically an EM1 MK3 in a very small lightweight body. For those who's, you know, disabled and in a wheelchair and everything, the ergonomics of the camera with the smaller lenses is second to none. It's absolutely fantastic. You know, I really can't commend it highly enough. It's so lightweight, so easy to use and powerful. The autofocus system's really quick. Like I said, it's exactly the same. I really can't tell any difference from the OM-5 to the EM1. So I'm going to stay here for a little bit, get some more video on that, a few more pictures, head back and just see how we get on. Like I say, it's only going to be a quick video. This is just obviously the comparisons from before, between the two, and then a few of the video capabilities as well. So like I said, I've used the OM-5 to do the majority of the filming, and then I've just used a little bit from the S23 Ultra, Samsung's S23 Ultra, which was to film the shots of both cameras side by side, and that's all I've used the Samsung for. The rest of the shots is the OM-5. So yeah, it's just I can't recommend this camera highly enough. I am going to, more towards those who are disabled and stuff. It is that lightweight that you can use it and get fantastic results out of it. As a second body, I would gladly, I would love to have one. I'm not in a position to be able to buy one. Like I said, I've just spent the last 12 months saving up for the Samsung S23 Ultra. I think that this system, the package with the 12 to 45 f4 Pro lens, I think it's 1,500, something like that. So obviously for me to save up, it's going to take me well over about 18 months to be able to save what little income I do get to be able to get this camera. But I will gladly have what, use one. If you had the money, I wouldn't hesitate in getting it as a second body. And what I would do is use this, the OM-5, for the 12 to 100 f4 Pro lens. I'd keep that lens on that for more or less all the time. And then the EM1 MK3, which has got the extended battery grip on, which is perfect then for the 100 to 400, and take both cameras out at the same time, so then I don't have to change the lenses in the field and everything, which obviously is a big bonus of keeping the sensor clean and stuff like that. Sorry, I just thought I'd send a streak go past, but it wasn't anything. Usually when the Kingfisher comes, it's literally like a miniature Superman. There's just this blue streak coming past. They really are fast birds. I have got my EM1 MK3 with the 100 to 400 already set up. So if it does turn up, I am able to quickly get the shots. That's all here, around my neck already and everything. So that, no, nothing now. So yeah, so it's just waiting game now.
I know, it's playing tricks on you.
It is. like I said, this is part 2 of my series on testing the OM-5. In a couple of weeks I will be making an announcement, a really big announcement, so please hit that subscribe button because it is a major announcement and something that I'm really proud to do. So yeah, so please, like I say, hit the subscribe so then you get notified when that video and the details do come out. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and it's a bye from my son and a bye from me. Cheers, out.